What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to $1.9 trillion stimulus package update. It is Friday, October the 23rd, 2020. Please do me each favor. Give this video a thumbs up, hashtag EIDL with all your comments below. Share this video all over social media. And if you'd like me to help grow your business when this EIDL madness is over, I need you to please subscribe, and everyone right now needs to hit the bell because, as I've said repeatedly over the last 10 days or so, I'm about to give away a $1,000 cash prize. In fact, a little birdie may have just told me it might even be more than that. So again, to the 56% according to the YouTube Studio Analytics that have not subscribed to this channel or hit the bell, make sure you subscribe right now, and the bell is right next to it in the lower right-hand corner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I probably need this very handsome head examined, but in this video, I'm going to tell you who I thought won the debate last night. We don't edit around here, so welcome if you like real entertainment with real honest opinions and no bullshit whatsoever. I'm going to tell you who won the debate last night. What I think's going to happen with the election. Are you kidding me, Jason? You're really going to go there? Oh, yes. And more importantly, what does it mean for you, your family, your money with respect to the $10,000 cash advance? And you guessed it, a loan up to $2 million if you qualify. Before I walk into that quagmire, ladies and gentlemen, once again, give me a thumbs up. And in relation to this new business venture that's about to come out, you're going to have a chance, small business owner, sole proprietor, independent contractor, to set up a profile on a really cool website that we're developing right now. You'll be able to promote your business, your contact information, your website, your phone numbers, all that good stuff. There'll be classifieds, there'll be coupons, there'll be videos. There's a shitload of stuff that I'm going to be doing, including YouTube Lives, all in an effort, ladies and gentlemen, as we go into 2021, not only to rebuild this country, but to help you and your family make more money than you ever dreamed possible. I don't care if you're black, brown, white, gay, straight, Democrat, independent, or Republican. We're all about one love around here. I've said that a million times, right? Look up and down our feed. We've got an amazing mix of folks. Some are rich, some are filthy rich. This channel's helped raise over $50 million of EIDL loans since late March. I know people that have 400 or 500 employees. And then I know thousands of you that are hanging on by a thread. Single mothers with 3 or 4 kids that have been cut off from extra unemployment benefits for weeks, and it breaks my heart. Many disabled and retired veterans, thank you very much for serving this country. I grew up minutes, as many of you know, from Fort Drum, New York, the 10th Mountain Division. I have tremendous respect for anyone who has ever worn a uniform to serve this country. I also live in Atlanta, a very diverse and African-American oriented city, and I spent half of my young life in South Florida, where there's a very large gay and lesbian community. And if I see anybody take a cheap shot at someone who votes different, looks different, sounds different, sleeps different, or does anything different than you do, you're out. I'll block you, I'll report you, and if you're in Atlanta, I'll kick your ass if I have to. We are going to do things differently around here. We're going to love one another. We're going to respect one another. We're going to tell the truth. We're going to agree to disagree. So while some of you will set your ass and hair on fire in the next 10 minutes when I tell you who won this debate and what it means for you and your money, most of you will sit through this through the end, because I'm going to share insight I've never mentioned. And it's going to give you a real clear picture of what to expect in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So pull up a chair, grab a beer, a cup of coffee. I've got water, but that's going to change. It's almost 5 o'clock somewhere in the next couple hours. All right, once again, I don't care who you vote for. Vote your conscience. I have voted Democrat, Independent, and Republican in my life. I can give you presidents I like and others I don't like. In fact, when it comes to Trump and Biden, there's things I like about both and things I can't stand about each one. But ladies and gentlemen, in the first debate a few weeks ago, in my humble opinion, Donald Trump got his ass kicked. He was too angry. He was too divisive. He jumped in front of the moderator, I think it was Chris Wallace, if I'm not mistaken, way too many times. In virtually every flash poll, especially the ones I pay attention to in Vegas, said Trump lost. In fact, 2 days after that debate, he was down the equivalent of 11 points, not only in the fake polls that oversample Democrats, and we all know that's true, but I'm talking about the real polls in Vegas. You need to pay attention to Vegas. Why? It's real money. It's tens of billions of dollars. They don't give a shit about politics. They pay attention to blue and red, but it's all about being right. And you can't be right and make millions or billions of dollars unless you tell the truth and you're open to what's real instead of what's fake. So when Trump dropped to minus 11 in Vegas, they have over under, and it's the equivalent of minus 11. He was in big trouble. And then he comes down with COVID-19. Some on the left say he faked it. I don't think so. He goes into the hospital and has a rather miraculous recovery from a Regeneron therapeutic drug. And 4 or 5 days later, he's now testing for several successive days negative with respect to COVID-19. And then we arrive to last night, where in my opinion, and in fact in the opinion of Las Vegas, and I'm going to get to that in a second, Joe Biden got his ass kicked. Folks, put aside your partisan politics. Ain't anybody going to tell me that, especially in the beginning and towards the end, when he said, I'm putting the oil business under, that Joe Biden didn't get his rear end kicked. He was confused, he was dazed, he was stumbling and bumbling all over the place, minus a few minutes in the middle with respect to the coronavirus. I'll give you that. But when it came to the economy, when it came to Trump dressing him down with respect to the Hunter Biden fiasco, and especially at the end when he said, I'm going to put the oil companies out of business. Now, I'm not talking about when he lied about fracking and they blew him up over that minutes after the debate was over. That was a flat out lie. I'm talking about the way he said they're going to put the oil companies out of business. You guys need to remember, we're talking about people that work for FedEx, UPS, all the tire manufacturers, all the folks that sell into the restaurants, that serve the truckers, the airplanes. We're talking about tens of millions of people. So if you were on the fence leaning towards Biden or not sure about Donald Trump and you heard that working for a Texaco, a Chevron, a BP, you must have fallen right out of your chair, as I did. I couldn't believe what he said. And he not only said it once, he pretty much doubled down. Now, today he's trying to take it all back, and they canceled Kamala's visit to Ohio, another oil state. I wonder why that was. It was because last night was an absolute total debacle for Joe Biden. And what happened this morning in Vegas? The 11-point lead from a few weeks ago, which was 6 points as of yesterday morning, is now down to 1 or 2. In fact, about 30% of the bookies have it even Steven now. So there's no question in my mind and in the mind of Vegas, and most people that are honest, Joe Biden won the first debate, hands down. The second debate, it was a flip-flop. He got his butt kicked. And he didn't do himself any service this morning when he was stumbling and bumbling all over the place now that the FBI has those 3 cell phones from Hunter Biden's ex-partner. So again, I realize some of you are just spitting fire. If you got to unfollow me or you want me to block you, if you say something totally off the wall, that's fine. It's been nice knowing you. But if you can suck it up and honor the truth, especially based on what Vegas is telling you, and they don't give a shit about politics. They care about making money. Last night was a victory for the president. In my opinion, flip a coin, folks. I will say this, and please follow me to the end. Regardless of who wins, you're getting your money. Regardless of who wins, you're getting your money. If the Democrats take over the White House and the Senate, which is possible, you're probably going to get more money. The thing that concerns me, and I'm talking about the checks, $600 instead of $400 a week in extra unemployment, and access to the $50,000 Lifeline grant, which is in the HEROES Act. What scares me about this, it's not politics related. There's no clarity in the HEROES Act as of right now with respect to you getting your 10 grand. Unlike S.4227, the EIDL for small business bill in the Senate. That is crystal clear, and I'll explain it in a second. So, The good news, you're going to get your money regardless of who wins. If the Democrats win, you're probably going to get more money in terms of checks, extra unemployment benefits, dollars going to the states big time. And in the HEROES Act, you'll get a chance at $50,000 with the EIDL Lifeline Grant if you have 50 employees or less and you can show an economic loss or a drop of 30% or more as a result of the pandemic. However, if we keep hearing drip, 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 and they get anywhere close to getting Joe Biden in some of these emails and WhatsApp texts that the ex-partner claims he has over 40,000 according to the FBI, photos, emails, and text messages. If there's anything close to Joe telling his son, we need more than that. We need 10 million, or hey, I am the chairman, or what they call the big guy. If any of that comes out, it's over. Trump's going to win re-election, not by a landslide, but he's going to win re-election, and the Republicans are going to hold the House. If they don't find any of that, and Joe can somehow survive what is definitely going to be an onslaught over the next 10 or 11 days, then you got to flip a coin. But here's why I want you to think about something in particular with respect to the president and the Senate Republicans. If Trump holds the White House, and that is the odds-on favorite when you're dealing with an incumbent. It's very difficult, and I'm speaking honestly here, folks. I know some of you are freaking out thinking I'm a Trumpster. I may be and I may not be. I've thrown that guy under the bus many, many times. You need to relax and hear me out. It's hard to get rid of an incumbent president. It's almost impossible, in fact. I believe it's only happened once in the last 50 years. I could be wrong. According to odds makers as of this morning, it looks like the Senate is going to hold for the Republicans by 1 seat. They're up 3. They're going to lose 2, probably hold on to 1. But if Biden's scandal broadens out and they get anything close to quid pro Joe, it's over. Trump wins re-election. The Republicans are going to hold the Senate, maybe even gain a seat or 2. So if that happens, and again, I've already said you're going to get your money regardless. You'll get more money on checks and unemployment if the Democrats win. But if it holds as it is right now, here's a silver lining I want you to think about over the weekend, as hopefully you toast and do a shot or a drink or a cheers from me. In my opinion, of the 3 bills that we have, the EIDL for Small Business Act, known as S.4227, it's a bill in the Senate, sponsored by Jackie Rosen and John Cornyn, a Republican of Texas. That bill is superior to the Problem Solvers Caucus and the HEROES Act with respect to the $10,000 that you're promised and a loan up to $2 million. Why? It's the only one of the 3 that's specific. If you read it, and it takes 5 minutes to read S4227, again, it's a bipartisan bill in the Senate. About 10 sponsors now, maybe a few more. Over 35 have written support for $80 billion for the grant and $100 more billion for the EIDL loan. But it's the only one. Problem Solver doesn't have it. HEROES Act definitely doesn't have it. Let me see you spin a pen like that. In terms of language, in terms of how you're going to get your money. S4227 in the Senate says, and I say again, no reapplication required. No additional documentation required. So of the 9 million people, including you, that have already applied for a grant, loan, or both, you don't have to put forward any more additional documentation. You don't have to reapply with respect to S4227 in the Senate. You can't be discriminated against regardless of size. So if you're 1 person or 200 people, you're still going to get the grant or the balance of 10 grand. And the caps go away from 150 back to 2 million where they belong. If you don't want the loan, you still get the grant. And if you got a shitty credit score, you got a below a 570, which is required for the loan, you still get the grant under the EIDL for Small Business Act in the Senate, known as S.4227. So, in conclusion, if the president somehow survives, and that's an if, and the Republicans hold the Senate, the odds of S.4227 being passed, in my opinion, go way up. And because it's a superior bill in terms of guaranteeing you, and the language is ironclad, 10 grand or the balance thereof and a loan up to $2 million, that has to be a good thing if you're a red state kind of person. But if you're a middle of the road, or you hate my guts for even mentioning that Joe Biden got his ass kicked last night, relax, because from the standpoint of getting your $10,000 and a loan up to $2 million that the president and the Senate holds in the red state hands, you got a better chance. So take it any way you want, ladies and gentlemen. Regardless of who wins, you're going to get your money. If the Democrats win, you're going to get more stimulus dollars in terms of checks. You're definitely going to get more unemployment. So instead of 400, it'll be 600. It may even go into the spring because it's taken them longer to pass this damn bill. And if the Republicans somehow hold on to the White House and or the Senate, S4 227 becomes front and center. And it is, without question, in my opinion, the superior of three bills. You won't have to reapply. There'll be nothing other than just sit and watch me tell you how to win $1,000 cash prize or maybe even more. Stay tuned for that in the next 2 weeks. And you guessed it, a brand new website where we're going to take you and your family to a whole new level in 2021 and beyond. So if I lost you, it's been nice knowing you. I love each and every one. Vote your conscience. And until next time, thanks for watching.